This is Ryan Ham here, and I am going to give you kind of a sneak peek of some of the shooting. I went through all my shooting videos of the Remington R51, and I did find some footage that I'll go ahead and release. Basically, I fire 8 rounds out of the R51 without issue, and then I fire 4 rounds of the same load out of the Glock Model 26. And I'll go ahead and show you that, and then I'll give you my general impressions of the gun, minus the issues that I had with it, and I'll have to cover that in a later video. Just some toys. Hard to have a gun video without guns. So, yeah, you probably already know what they are, but yeah, go ahead and identify them down in the description, and I will give you brownie points for it. Alright, we'll go ahead and shoot it. I'll come back, I'll give you my impressions, and I'll try and make this quick. Okay, this Remington 115 grain full metal jacket factory load out of the Remington R51. We'll see. Well, definitely a lighter recoil impulse. I'm going to shoot some out of the Glock also, just to make sure that wasn't a fluke. I'll go ahead and load that up and do that on camera. Okay, I think that's about 4 rounds. Definitely the Glock has a much heavier recoil impulse. I don't know if you could see it on film, but I noticed it a lot. Let me go ahead and police up my brass and I'll load up again. So my general impressions, as others have said, I like the trigger a lot. The trigger pull was very crisp. We'll put it that way. Had a little more over travel than I'd hoped for, but it didn't feel like any trigger that I'm familiar with, and I'm not sure how they did that. I kind of know why they did that. I'm not sure how they were able to engineer a single action trigger that felt like it was heavy enough that you didn't feel like it was going off, but it was very crisp. It's almost as if they individually tune each gun to do that. Who knows? Maybe they do. The racking of the R51 felt somewhat like racking the slide on the original Model 51, but different. It felt a lot grittier than I'm used to. Of course, the Model 51s that I have are 80, 90 years old, so it's kind of hard to judge from them whether or not a brand new gun that hasn't been shot a lot or hasn't been shot at all in my case before I did the video, how it's gonna feel in your hand. The grip safety itself, I liked the weight of it. It felt like it had enough weight to keep you from accidentally engaging it, but it was gritty. I'll use that word. It didn't feel smooth. I don't know why. I like the magazines in some respects. I like the bodies, as I was saying in the video, but what I don't like is the floor plate is a little bit flimsy. The plastic tends to bend more than I'd imagine it should. The recoil impulse on the R51, as I tried to say in the shooting video, recoil impulse is a lot less. In fact, I'm used to shooting heavier recoil guns, and I think people are going to have a problem switching from, for instance, a Glock, where there's a large amount of mass moving around up there, to the R51, where there's only a small amount of mass. You feel the recoil itself, but you don't get that secondary impulse of the slide and the barrel smacking against the back of the frame so much. So the gun doesn't climb as much as you'd expect it, and you know, I think people will be overcompensating. I didn't have a chance to test for accuracy. That's usually later on in the test once I've gotten used to a gun. As far as overall handling, the magazine release from the right side seemed stiff, and it seemed like you had to push it too far in order to get the magazine to go out. From the from a left-hander's point of view, though, it felt fine from that side. I don't know why that had to have been a finish issue, and that'll probably work itself out in the long run. Slide release worked well. The sights were surprisingly easy to pick up, and in fact, I like the sights a lot. Even though they look unconventional, they're very crisp and sharp. Loading the magazine to capacity wasn't a big deal. That's about it. I really feel bad. I have more to say about it, but I'm not going to say it until Remington gets me the gun back from the factory. If you look around on the internet, you might be able to hear what other people have said. I'm not going to say mine is similar or not. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not trying to build up suspense or anything like that. I really just don't believe in bad-mouthing somebody over the internet who hasn't had a chance to respond yet. If Remington doesn't respond to my liking, I'm more than willing. They had their chance. I would be more than willing to. I wouldn't call it bad-mouthing. I'll just tell the truth. But anyways, this is Ryan Ham. Sorry it isn't what you want. I will get that to you eventually. Please like, favorite, subscribe, share, comment. Ask whatever questions you would like that you feel I might want to answer. I can't give you a timeline. Just understand that I am not going to answer questions directly relating to the issues that I was having, because again, I want to give Remington a chance. Not being a jerk, not trying to be dramatic or like I said, build up suspense. That's just how I'm going to handle this. This is Ryan Ham. Until next time, goodbye.